Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? This is our final sprints for Once Upon a Readathon, which is totally crazy that it is already almost over. But yeah, this is going to be the final sprints. And I don't think we're going to go toward like all the way to midnight my time because it's a weeknight. But we are going to be sprinting for a little bit here. Does everyone want to introduce themselves and let us know what you are reading or what you are doing? And then everyone in the comments can let us know what you guys are reading and like how far you've gotten or got for Once Upon a Readathon, what teams you guys are on. Crystal, you want to go ahead and go first, and then we'll go Kaylee and then Ryan.
So because I'm in the future, it's actually the 1st of December here, so I've already finished my TBR. But I stupidly thought that yesterday was the 1st of December. So I stayed up till midnight the night before trying to finish my TBR. So I really finished early and just totally fucked up. Yeah, I thought yesterday was the 1st, and I even opened my like advent calendar and everything. Like I was full, like it's the 1st. Yeah, so I am going to be starting my December TBR. And in the month of December, I'm doing like a finish all the books that I'm halfway through. So I'm finishing a book that I started in January of this year, which is a middle grade called The Hound of Rowan, which is part of the Tapestry series. It's just a silly little middle grade. I'm about 65% through. So I'm going to try and finish that in the sprints and then do some editing.
I'm listening to Tower of Dawn, and I'm also going to be cooking dinner in the first sprint. And I'm hoping I finish before the sprint is over. We'll see how it works up, depending on how long it is. Maybe I'll do the cutting first and then the cooking in the next sprint. I'm the slowest cooker ever because I'm very afraid of missing directions. So I'm like the person that's rereading directions over and over for the recipe. But so yeah, cooking and listening to Tower of Dawn. I'm almost finished with Tower of Dawn. I only have like an hour of listening time left. And I really disliked this book first time I read it. This is a reread, but on the second read through, I'm enjoying it a lot more the second time around. So I'm happy about that.
Good. What are you making?
I don't know. Okay, so I got one of those deals for one of those, like, I think mine's called Home Chef, like those boxes where you get the recipes and all the ingredients and stuff. And I forgot to cancel it before the deal was over, but I thought I canceled it. So basically, I got a box from them where I didn't pick any of the recipes. So they're not recipes I'm like thrilled about because I would not have chosen them. But I got, so I have like a sausage pasta thing to choose from, or it's like a bowl of mashed potatoes with beef on top. So those are the options. Vote in the comments what I should make for dinner because I'm not sure, but either sausage pasta or beef mashed potatoes.
I love mashed potatoes.
I would go pasta, but that's just because pasta is life.
Mm-hmm. I'm Rye from Rye's Reading Corner. I am currently doing some lesson stuff for tomorrow for work, but I am listening to and will be physically reading Throne of Glass. And also Grace will be going to bed, and we are watching the new Blue's Clues movie. So that's what we're doing before he goes to bed.
How are you liking Throne of Glass?
I really like it. I wish we had a little bit more of the trials aspect of it. I feel like we skipped some, but I'm liking it.
Yeah, it doesn't cover all of them. I just finished it, and I'm on my first like ever read of the series too. And I just finished that one.
I'm liking it. Like I'm really enjoying it, and the audiobook is not terrible. I mean, it's not the best, but it's not terrible. So at least I was able to like listen to it my way to work. So I'm trying to get it done tonight, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So
I'm gonna have all of like everyone here linked down below in the description, so that'll be up before the next time we get to chit chatting. So you can go ahead and follow Crystal and Kaylee and Rye. Hey Bree, sitting at the airport waiting for my flight. Oh, where are you going? Finished November TBR last night. Tonight I will be reading the KU Christmas romance Resting Scrooge Face by Megan Quinn. Oh, that sounds cute. An Ember in the Ashes if you finish that. Cool. Failed my TBR this month, but I'm trying at least to finish one more book this month. Got very busy at the end. Yeah, I totally failed my TBR as well.
I kind of got slumpy the last week, like for like mental, like other things. So like I definitely failed.
Yeah.
So
I failed too. I think I only read like less than half of the books that were on my TBR.
Me too. Haunting Adeline. Oh, I've heard a lot of really good things about that book. Want to finish it tonight, but Kindle says I have 7 hours left, so it won't be happening. How are you liking it? The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. A lot of people have been reading that.
I
Where-
have it.
Where are you listening to it, Bree? Did you buy the audiobook or is it available for free somewhere? Because I want to read it too, but I'd read it faster if I had the audiobook.
Reading Arsenic and Adobo. Hoping to finish this tonight. 100 pages left. Awesome. Trying to finish Beauty and the Beast retelling to get the second pass at step 1 done. Awesome. 60%. Which Beauty and the Beast retelling are you reading? Hey, Brittany. Trying to edit my vlog. Awesome. Oh, I can't wait to see it. Make sure to tag me in it. Yeah, they definitely, that's a lot. You did the whole month as a vlog. Oh my God. That would be a lot.
I stupidly did the same too, but I didn't read for like the first 2 weeks. So there's not actually a lot of actual reading going on in the vlog.
I vlogged, like my first vlog for the first week was actually the Abby Salter vlog, but it covered the first week. And then I did the second week and then I did not vlog after that. Vlog fail. Oh, awesome. You've been in Austin for work. Cool. That'll be nice to be home. It's 1 a.m., but the sprint will finish Piranesi for me, so a quick read. I really need to go to sleep. Yeah, get some sleep, but I hope you enjoy Piranesi. That's definitely on my TBR, but I think I want to read Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell first. That's her other well-known like book, and I just picked it up at the used bookstore, and so, but they're both definitely on my TBR. A YouTube narration for the fine print. Oh, it's a robot voice. Oh, okay, so it's not officially released yet. Only 5 books I did for the readathon, so it's not every book I read, thankfully. Okay, that's good. I'm loving it. I've been reading it before bed for the last few days, but I just finished my physical read, so I'm moving it up to the forefront. Awesome. Working on an evaluation report for work and hoping to be able to read soon. Awesome. Let us know what you pick up. Just called Beauty and the Beast original, but it's part of the Once Upon a Spell series, and I chose it for the series title. It's not the best writing, but still enjoyable. Okay. Well, I hope you have a good time with that. I'm thinking, how do you guys feel about doing like a 50-minute sprint starting out?
I'm fine with that.
I feel very good about that because then I could hopefully cook my dinner.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. So we'll just go to the hour. And so let's see. I hope you guys are okay with some ambience. I don't have it super loud, so and we will see everyone at 50. Hello, everyone. Kaylee is still finishing. I don't know what my hair is doing right now. Like a freaking thing going on. Kaylee is finishing up her dinner, and so she will be back in a little bit. But how did you guys do?
I spent most of the sprint with Addie, and then I baked some cookies at the start before she started cracking it.
Ooh, what kind of cookies?
Peanut butter chocolate chip breastfeeding cookies. So they got like all the like flaxseed and oats and stuff in them to like keep my supply up. Yeah. Yeah, and I watched the first episode of Flatshare while I was trying to get her to sleep.
What's that?
You know Flatshare by Beth O'Leary? They've made it.
I love that book.
Yeah, they've made a TV show out of it.
Really?
It's on Paramount Plus. So I watched episode 1. So far, it's pretty good.
Ooh, that's exciting.
What's it about?
So 2 people, Tiffany and Leon, like share a bed and a flat, but they're never there at the same time. So like she has it from 8 to 8 and he has it from 8 to 8, like night and day. And so they've never met, and like they give each other like post-it notes, and then like it's a romance book. So obviously things happen and they start to form a friendship and all this other drama happens, but it's really good.
There's like some stuff with like his brother, like
he's been wrongfully
like
accused of
a crime. So like there's that complex part of it too. So
and then her ex-boyfriend cheated on her, so he like is trying to come back into the picture as well, and it's like all really messy, but it's like really good. It's a good book.
The book itself is really short too. Like it's not a long read.
No.
How'd you do, Ray?
I'm good. I ate a candy cane, which is why I didn't realize my mouth was blue.
I was like,
is your mouth blue?
What candy canes make your mouth blue?
Something Grayson picked out. They're like Hawaiian fruit. I don't know. Some candy canes picked out, but I had one. So there's that. I did my schoolwork and then I was listening to Throne of Glass, and I have an hour and 16 minutes left. And I just ended up continuing listening to the audiobook because I'm already was like in the groove of it. So I'm getting there.
I've got Assassin's Blade as one of the ones that I need to like finish in December. I've read like the first, what would you call them? Essays?
Like short stories.
Short story. I read the first one. So I've got to finish that in December at some point.
Have you read the rest of the series?
No, this is my first time reading, so I decided to start with that and literally just read it in order.
How are we all starting Throne of Glass at the same time?
I know,
it seems to happen in batches. There'll be like people that just like read it all at the same time and like unintentionally, not buddy read it, but like unintentionally read it at the same time.
That's awesome. Yay. Well,
is that a Gilmore Girls phone case, right?
Oh yeah, it is.
Nice. I saw the Yale and the Lukes and I was like, it's gotta be.
I got it off Etsy.
I just finished watching Year in the Life episode 4 today.
Was it your first time?
No.
Oh,
it was my second time watching that, but it was like my 6th time rewatching Gilmore Girls.
Oh, I've watched it so much. I just like watch the series before I go to bed, and then as soon as I get to the last episode, I just go back to the beginning. Like that's literally the only show I watch.
I do an alternate. So I do 1 year I do Friends, and then 1 year I do Gilmore Girls.
I've been rewatching Friends recently, but I kind of stop at like season 5 because it's more drama and less like funny, you know.
I never really got into Friends.
Oh, it's my fave. It's very different to Gilmore Girls though. Like so,
it's rewatching it when I haven't really watched it in years. I was like, this show's so problematic.
It was from the 90s. Like you gotta like understand it was many years ago.
Yes, totally. Yeah, I was still really enjoying it, but I was like, oh my goodness. I just watched YouTube and I just finished my last Once Upon a Readathon book today, Spinning Silver. And so I'm like a chapter into Wrath. And but I'm not really reading because like I read so much the last 2 days. So I'm playing Tony Hawk and watching BookTube videos, just catching up on BookTube right now. So
What
that's
did you
just
think of Spinning Silver?
I liked it. I liked it.
See, I liked it, but I found it took me the first 2 weeks of the readathon to read it. Like,
Oh,
I just found myself like not wanting to pick it up. I was picking up other things rather than it. And I don't know whether it's just because I find with fantasy books, like I can't read just like a little bit here and a little bit there. I need to like sit down and like really read it. And because I was like so busy, I didn't have the ability to do like a massive chunk. And because I didn't do it as a massive chunk and I was doing little bits at a time, I found myself not getting like immersed in it enough. So it's probably a me problem rather than a book problem.
yeah,
But
read it
I think I just had such high expectations. So
yeah. I read it in 3 days because I waited until right before our live show. We have a live show Sunday for that.
Mhm.
So I wanted to get it done before the end of the month and everything too, but I waited till the end. So I just went ahead and read it really fast, and then I was really enjoying it too. So
yeah.
I think Bree hopped her flight. So she's heading home, which is awesome. Read 36 pages. 40 pages, 30 to go before I finish the book. So next sprint, I'm going to need another book. Awesome. What are you going to pick up? Let us know, or let us know if you want to like input.
Isn't it like 2 a.m. for you?
I know he was saying it was like late and needed to go to bed. So 10% of my book read, so 70 pages left. Awesome. Caught the last 10 minutes or so of the last sprint, picked up The Radiant Road. I'm enjoying the sound of the rain outside. Is it raining outside there, or are you talking about the rain on the ambiance? Because it was raining like really big time this morning, and I was loving it. But it's not raining right
It
now.
was just a cloudy day today, and it was so good to go for a walk and not feel like I was getting like absolutely sunburnt.
It was so windy here, and then it ended up raining. But the wind was terrible today.
That's how it was like 2 days ago here.
Okay.
Starting my December TBR early. That's what I'm doing too. This is December TBR.
It's December in Australia. You guys can count it.
But this is for I'm reading this for Readathon. And it's chunky. So it's gonna take me.
I didn't realize it was that big. When everyone talks about it, like I've only ever seen it front on. I've never seen it sideways, so I didn't realize how chunky it was.
Well, this is the 4th book too.
Oh, okay.
The first book is like 500-ish. A little over 500.
That's a lot. Not too bad though.
The longest is Ruin, the 3rd book, and then this one's 700.
Yeah.
I was actually going to pick up A Throne of Glass in December. Awesome.
Hi, I'm back. Sorry.
How was your food?
It was good. I literally was still cooking, and then I was just wolfing it down because I didn't want it to go cold.
Man, no.
But it was good. I mean, it's not a recipe I would have picked out for myself, and I'm still salty that I paid full price for the box when I didn't even pick out the recipes because I thought I was canceled. But it's fine. It's fine.
Which one did you end up cooking?
I did the pasta.
Yeah.
Was it? It had what on it? You said? I know you said what did it have?
Sausage and
Okay.
I don't know. It was just basic. That's why I wouldn't have chosen that recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Those boxes, I try to get the most complex recipes that way. Because pasta with sausage, I could make that anytime. I don't need to pay for the expensive version of it from the box, So when I get the boxes, I try to get the meals where I'm getting the best value. And so this was pasta, red sauce, and sausage. I'm like, okay, cool. That's
you could have done that on your own.
Yeah, it's not very inventive. And it's all the recipe, ingredients would have been cheaper to just buy it. I mean, it's always cheaper, but sometimes the ingredients are higher price, or at least I wouldn't have thought to do that recipe. And so it's like I'm paying for creative about dinner, you know? But
Right.
this, like, it's not that creative, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine though. It tasted good. It's just I spent way too much on that portion than it was worth, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
I've never done one of those. But I'm like, when I cook, if I'm actually cooking, I like to get like super creative and everything like that. But it's always been one of my like hobbies. So
I hate cooking with a passion.
I don't like it as much now with like the two little ones. I don't do it as much.
Mm-hmm.
But when I can, I still do like to like get super creative and make lots of fun stuff.
We had one of those boxes gifted to us as a like a baby shower present. So when the baby was born, like we had like a meal train where like friends were dropping off like meals for us, and then once that meal train was up, that person purchased that box for us and had it delivered, so we didn't have to worry about grocery shopping or thinking about what to cook, but we had like meals that we could start cooking ourselves instead of other people dropping them off. And it was like the best thing ever to have that, to not have to worry about that in like the depth of the chaos that is newborn. So I recommend getting one on your wish list, Rye, if you're looking for things for people to buy you.
Good to know. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that would be really helpful.
There's also one called Every Plate that I might start doing. That's literally half the price as all the other boxes, but it's by the same company that did Hello Fresh. And the difference is they still do lots of cool recipes and stuff. The difference is just is not packaged as nicely. So like when you open the box, all the ingredients are just loose inside instead of being in their own separate bags. But it's literally half the price. So I think it's worth it. But
it uses less rubbish that way too. So like I don't mind them. Like if someone just drops the groceries off, I can put half a celery here and half a celery there. Like I know where it goes. Like I'm not stupid. Yeah. If it's going to save me $50, you know.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, going to Iceland.
That's like a dream destination.
Really cool.
Yeah, I've got two friends that went there on vacation, and like their pictures were gorgeous, so pretty. Gallant by V. Shaw is easy read. Yeah, I hear that's like a very young like a younger young adult, almost like middle grade. Have any of you guys read that?
I read Gallant at the beginning of the year. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. Like it won't make the top books for me for the year or anything like that, but like I enjoyed it.
Right.
It gave me like Coraline vibes, kind of.
Okay.
By Neil Gaiman, kind of.
I love that.
I'm gonna really struggle to get top books this year. Not because I have too many, but because I don't have enough. I had a really shit reading year. Like I think I got like 4 5-star reads all year.
Oh my god.
It was so bad. Like I can only think of like my first read of the year was a 5-star, and my book I've just finished now is a 5-star. And then I have maybe 2 or 3 others that I can think of off the top of my head. It's been the worst reading year of like my reading career or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's been so bad. So it's the first year that I have been like, oh my god, I don't know who to pick because there's just too many choices. It's like I don't know who to pick because I don't have enough.
That's how I feel. I have like way too many, but I feel like I've had a good
I'll
year.
just steal some of yours. I'll just be like, this is a top read because my friend says so.
Right. That sucks though. Hopefully next year is better. Maybe start out January with like a bunch of books that you think are going to be 5 stars.
My January was like my highest reading month, like rating wise. Like I started off the year so strong, and as the year goes gone on, like my ratings have dropped dramatically.
Wow.
I also feel like like the first half of the year I was pregnant, and Rye's pregnant currently. When you're pregnant, like you don't absorb the book as well, and you don't get as much enjoyment. Well, I found I didn't get as much enjoyment out of reading. I still wanted to read, but I found myself like so much more distracted. So I think that's probably a main reason for it as well. But I feel
I
like
was
sorry.
Yeah.
Go.
You go.
I was just gonna say I feel like my what I like to read has changed. So now I'm in this middle, like I don't know what I actually even like anymore situation.
What kind of books were like your 5 stars?
This year it was historical fictions, which last year it was fantasies. So who knows? And thrillers. But this year it was like historical fictions. So yeah. Who knows?
When I was pregnant, that's when with Noah, my youngest, that's when I really started getting into reading again as an adult. And that's when I read like most of like the Stormlight Archive and like a lot of series that I really enjoyed. I think that's when I think that might be when I read ACOTAR. Yeah, like so I don't know. For me, it was different that I kind of like leaned into the reading to get through it.
I mean, I've read quite a good number of smutty reads this year that I've enjoyed, but I feel like they don't deserve to be on like my top list. You know what I mean? Like,
only you can say that.
Yeah.
No, I get that though, because like there's books I've given 5 stars too, but like I wouldn't mark them as like the best books of the year. Like I have like a YA book that I love, and I don't really read tons of YA anymore. But it was a 5-star read. But like, when I put it on my top with like, you know, Firefly Lane, like no, like to me it's like not even comparable. So
it's like me, like my probably one of the things that like jumps out at me is Four Winds by Kristen Hanna, which was my first read of the year. But I can't put that with Ice Planet Barbarians. Like I just can't.
You can. That would be the most chaotic list ever. I love it.
I know, like, can't you? It's your own list.
But like Ice Planet Barbarians, I literally am on book 11. Like I am so invested in that world. Every time I need to like palette cleanse, I just pick up a new Ice Planet Barbarians.
So that could totally be in your top, like the series be like in your top of the year, because it to you and for your reading year and for yourself, that obviously is like a highlight of your year.
I guess so. I just love the fact that I read it as a complete joke because the late night crew were all reading it as a joke, and now it's just like become my personality.
I'm pretty sure I remember starting them. Like I was in quarantine in the basement, and I was like on sprints nonstop because I literally was by myself. And you just I just remember that like so distinctly this year.
Ice Planet Barbarians for the win. I really like the first book in that series. I want to continue on. But like, yeah, it's your own list. I'm doing 2 separate lists this year. I think I'm doing romance and then everything else. And then, but like, I think there's a lot of 5 stars that are not going to make my list this year.
I'm gonna be so extra with my list, and I'm doing like a horror thriller list, a romance list, a sci-fi list, and then I'm gonna do like a top 10 overall list. Like I'm just doing a million lists. But I just read so many more big books than I usually read this month that not this year. And I feel like I need all these lists because there's been so many great books that I want to be able to shout out, and it's not gonna work if I only do.
I think I'm gonna do it one top 10 and then do an honorable mentions video, like other books that like were really good, just like didn't hit like that mark. I don't know. I really have to look. I honestly have not gone through my books at all yet to see what I'm gonna pick. I know like automatically a certain book, but I don't know.
I'm hoping December will be like my finishing strong because like it's my mood read month. I'm just going to pick up what I feel like, and I think like that'll be really beneficial. Sorry, she's really wanting to be part of this conversation right now. So yeah, I think December is going to be hopefully my bunch of 5 stars. And weirdly, all these books that I started halfway through the year that I'm now finishing are coming out as 5-star reads. So like, it's like, why'd you stop, Crystal? You should have finished this ages ago.
Yeah. I've had like a even year, so I can't relate, but I hope your reading year next year goes better. Sorry, my brain hit like a total, like, you know, when your brain just like turns off. That just happened to me. And I was like, I'm saying something, aren't I? Hello, Tammy. Oh, this is what you were talking about, right, Keely?
Yeah, but I think I said I want to try every plate. I meant to say I want to try it again because I did do every plate for over a year, like 2 years ago. And so this was not my experience with every plate. I had a really good experience with it, but I'm sure it depends on, where you're at in your delivery situation. For the picking the meals though, I wonder if you just didn't, I don't know, 'cause I picked my meals every single week, so I don't know what was going on there. But maybe you missed the selection for the first box or something because the first box, everything, like maybe they picked it for you for the first box, and then the other ones you can pick them. But yeah, I always picked mine, and the boxes didn't come warm at all. But it just, if they forget to deliver it on one day and they deliver a day late, then that's where it gets dicey. But that happened to me like one time, and I just emailed them and gave me a refund.
I don't think I can do it with my address because oftentimes I get like sometimes, well, I don't know. Fairly often, when you consider this shouldn't happen, the post office will drive by my house, decide they don't want to drive up my driveway, put unable to deliver, or that like resident wasn't home or something like that. When I'm like, I'm home and it's not doesn't require a signature, like for a lot of like for just regular packages. So sometimes if they're running late and they don't want to drive up my driveway, they will just not deliver my package and they'll just keep the package in the truck and just put enable. So
Oh, that would make me so livid.
well, our driveway is super long. So I get it. Like we should probably get one of those. Some people have them in my neighborhood. They're like these extra big mailboxes with a key that you give to the post office or whatever. We might do that, honestly. Maybe.
You also have to choose it before a certain day, but that's true of all the boxes. You choose it so many days in advance. So I don't know, maybe you missed the cutoff or something.
You guys want to do sprint until, let's see, like 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
I might hop off at some point during the sprint just so I can for work. Lovely work tomorrow. So if I'm not here when we come back, thank you for everything. But I will be on for a bit.
Sounds good. I think it's gonna be like 2 more shorter. The last one will probably be like maybe a half an hour sprint because I'm exhausted too. But we'll do 2 more. And we will see everyone. Everyone is linked down below now, so make sure you go subscribe to Crystal and Keely and Rye. Their links are down below in the description. And I'll go ahead and set this up, and we will see everyone at the top of the hour. Hello.
Hello.
Rye had to go. How did you do, Kaylee?
I finished the book I was buddy reading, and so I finished Hidden Pictures, which is good, and I had a great time with it. I'm debating between a 4 and a 5 right now. It'll probably end up being like a 4.5 since that's what I always do when I'm debating between two. But yeah, I had a great time with it.
That's cool. That's good. I do the same thing. I don't like. I give 5 stars if I'm like have that 5-star feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't have it, but I'm like it's better than 4.
Yeah, that's exactly how I'm feeling about this book. Like I really, really liked it, but it's not like a new favorite of all time. But it's higher than a 4, so I'm like 4.5.
Yeah. I read 20 pages of Wrath, and it just like pops you right in. It's like, I mean, every book does really in this series, but like, oh my god. And I think it was 20 pages. I listened to 20 pages. I was working on my blanket, and then I had to like count my stitches, and that always takes me forever because I made this blanket too big. So I have to count like 240 stitches, and
Oh my god.
I have to start over often, and like I try to use markers, but every time I check it, I'm off, so I just have to like make up stitches to keep my blanket straight, you know?
Keeping track of 240 stitches sounds intense.
Yeah, I don't know if I've shown you my blanket yet, but I'm almost done with it. So I've got like a lot
So
to
pretty though.
weave in. It's giant. Yeah.
I love it.
I have a lot of ends to weave in. Ugh, I hate doing that though. I wait till the end and then it's like takes forever. What are you picking up next?
I'm gonna keep listening to Tower of Dawn.
Okay.
Because I haven't finished that one yet. Because I just did the buddy. I was buddy reading this with my mom, and we were just reading 40 pages each day. But she gets off of work late, and so I was waiting to read those 40 pages until she was also reading at the same time, and then we called each other and we talked about the ending.
How'd you like it?
She liked it a lot too. She's given it 5 stars.
Cool. That's awesome. You guys buddy read books together. Just hopped on these sprints a few minutes ago, reading Witch Hunt, the sequel to Witch Haven. Awesome. I'm glad you're liking it. I skipped Kaylee. You're right above it. Lexi, hello. Just logged off my books for the readathon. That's awesome. Yeah, I know a lot of people are doing it like at the end. And everyone has a couple of days. I actually still have to log a couple too. So you're good. I'm going to be announcing the winners this weekend on the Discord. And I'll probably pop it up in my Instagram stories and probably put it on the Twitter too. So I'll try to get like all the bases covered. And that will be this weekend.
Hey.
Hello. How'd you do?
Good. I was like right on the brink of like she was like almost asleep, and I was like, if I come back now, she's not going to go down, so I'll just wait. And then she just passed out, so she's asleep. Yeah. And I made a coffee. Yeah.
Oh, good. Coffee's the best.
Yeah.
What time is it for you, Crystal?
Just after 1 o'clock.
Okay.
PM. Like
how many naps is she taking a day?
She does about 3. So she usually does like one around like 9-ish, and then one middle of the day, and then one around 3-ish. Mm-hmm. And then she goes to bed about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Yeah.
She's what, like 5, 6?
She's 6 months next. No, she's 5.5 months. Yeah, 5.5 months. Yeah. So she'll probably drop one of those soon.
It sucks when they go down from 2 to 1 naps, but the worst is when they go to no naps.
I'm not looking forward to it.
No, it's awful. It just happened to me. I got another 20 pages read. The third of this book is so much better than the beginning. Awesome. The last third of the book. I always find that I like the last third the best usually of most books too anyway.
I'm really weird. I prefer the first third.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have so many books that I've read the first third of and then stopped.
Okay.
And then I go back and then get through that second third, which is always bleh, and then really enjoy the end. For a book to be a 5-star for me, that middle third really needs to keep me turning pages.
51% into Does It Hurt? Is that like a rom-com?
It's a dark romance.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of it.
You might recognize the cover. It's got a lighthouse and the ocean and a person's face. It was pretty popular. I haven't read it. I really want to, but I think a lot of people were reading it for a while. I'll pull up the cover. Does It Hurt? I know zero plot details about it though. Here's the cover. Teddy, stop.
Have not seen it.
Nice that. I actually don't recognize that. I'll have to look into it. 100 pages into 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle.
Oh.
I always almost say Evelyn Hugo for that.
Have you read that book?
I'm not leaving, but Teddy really has to pee right now, and that's why he's smiling. So I'm gonna go take him potty. Sorry.
I think the last sprint is gonna be 30 minutes, just so you know.
Sounds good.
Regardless of winner, had fun time with it. Awesome. I'm glad. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like point system readathons. They're fun. Thank you. Oh. We shall see.
Yes. It doesn't have to be exactly the same next year, but just do it again next year.
If I do, it won't be in November. But yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Is November just a busy month for you, or?
Yeah, so my husband, that's when it's hunting season, so it's busy. And Thanksgiving, and I think we might be traveling next year for Thanksgiving too. So it probably won't be November, but I am definitely considering it. It's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun.
It is a lot of work though. I definitely understand why you're hesitant.
But it's been a lot of fun. I've been amazed at how many people have participated and how much fun everyone's having, and I had a lot of fun creating it. It's been a really good time to just get to know a lot of people. I've gotten to know so many people just through the Readathon too. It's been an amazing time. I want to do another one. It's definitely I'm thinking about it. I'm not 100% sure on everything, you know what I mean? So we'll have to see. But I'm definitely thinking about it. It just won't be in November because, like I said, it's a busy month. So let's see.
You could do March or May make believe-a-thon or something. I
don't know. Okay, yeah, trigger warnings. I go into most dark romances just knowing there's,
I expect there's going to be something that would trigger somebody if I read a dark romance.
Right, yeah.
I don't really have any triggers, so I don't really need to look at triggers before reading a book, but I just assume there's something in there that's going to make me gasp or feel uncomfortable. It's a dark romance.
Have triggers, but they're not triggers that they're extreme triggers, if that makes sense. I don't put a book down because of it. but there are like things that obviously like
you don't like to read. Yeah.
Right. Or that like they just bring up like bad memories and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But everyone's so different. And for me, most of the time I just read through it. It's only been like a couple of times like something randomly triggered me and just like peeved me off and like I just put the book down. But it's like so rare.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for stopping in, Cassidy. I think Cassidy has sprints starting and I think they just started.
I think they started like in the last sprint, like just after we went to start talking, they started.
Yeah.
We started to sprint, they started.
I think, and because she's got her last day of her readathon, which is the oh my god,
Smash just no, kick
Knocked
yourself.
Out November.
Knockout November.
Knocked Out November.
Smash,
Yes.
kick, knock, they're all the same vicinity.
I'm so tired, y'all. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm thinking we do like a 30-minute sprint because I'm pretty much wiped out. I'm wiped out. And so I think we do like a 30-minute sprint. And so I guess that will be more like a 30 something minute sprint because we'll just go to 45. And I can't do
That
that.
works.
Don't make
just
me
go
do
to
math.
45. Yeah, that'll be fine. I should get my editing finished and a chunk of my book read in this sprint because I don't have a baby distracting me. So yeah.
That would be good too.
Yeah, because my video needs to come out on Friday. It's my month-long vlog for this. So
I'm so excited to see it. I'm like super excited.
it's a whole lot of B-roll and not a lot of reading, so I apologize. And when I do read, I'm like, I'm going to get this finished tonight. And it's like the next day, I'm going to get this finished tonight. And then the next day, I'm still going to get this finished tonight.
My vlogs are always a flipping mess.
Yeah.
So you're good. We will see everyone at 45. Hello.
Ah.
How did everyone do?
I got my video edited mostly. I'm just going back and doing a second sweep and deleting some extra stuff that just because I waffled on a lot.
I see that Addie didn't.
Deleting. No, about 48 minutes. But that's okay. It's better than no nap. At least she's in a better mood now. She was crying the house out, so it's nice that she has woken up happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's so adorable.
Yeah, so
She
cute.
just wanted to come and say goodbye to everybody. She's like, oh, it's the last sprint. I will wake up now so I could say goodbye to everybody.
Her eyes are so big.
I know, they like don't almost fit in her head. They're so huge.
So cute. I just watched some booktube and worked on my blanket.
Nice.
I did not read. My eyes are like, I think it's like having to use heat again. You know what I'm saying? My eyes are so dry.
Oh man, it's so hot over here. You can steal some of my heat if you want. I'm currently in shorts and a t-shirt, and it's a currently 21 degree day and cloudy, but it feels like 25 degrees Celsius. That is, which is like, I don't know, Fahrenheit.
I'm gonna do
Yeah, I
the
was trying to think.
conversion now. Let's see. 77.
Okay.
That's a nice day.
Yeah.
It's nice and cloudy. This is the first day I haven't had to use air conditioning because we've been having 31-degree days Celsius, which I guess would be like in the 90s Fahrenheit.
Let's see.
Something high 80s, low 90s, maybe.
80, 88.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
How did
It was
you do?
actually 87.8, but
we'll round up.
Mhm.
How'd you go,
It's
Kaylee?
so hard to do.
I listened to more of Tower of Dawn. I was confused because I know I started out the sprint saying I have an hour of listening time left. I did not because I've been listening to it for a while, and now I have an hour of listening time left. So I don't know what I was thinking at the beginning of the sprint, but I'm really close to finishing, and I'm still having such a good time with it. Like, I think I was just so mad at it the first time around because it like follows different people in the series, and I was like so angry we weren't getting a continuation of the main people because this is like book 6 in the Throne of Glass series, and I think when I picked it up the first time I had no idea that we weren't following the main crew, and I was like, wait a second, what is this? This is not what I was wanting. But now knowing that, I'm appreciating this book for the story that it does give us, and I'm liking it. So
Isn't Tower of Dawn what is a lot of people's favorites though? Or is that the last one? Kingdom.
Tower of Dawn is a lot of people's least favorites.
Okay.
But it's a lot of people's favorites if they like Kale, which is a certain character in there. But Kale is like a ton of people love him, but many more people hate him. He's like a very lover-hate type of character. So this book, because it follows him specifically and it doesn't follow the other main people, it gets a lot of intense reactions to it.
I'll probably be the people that love him just because I tend to love the characters that everybody else hates.
I just hated him so much, and I was pissed that we weren't following, like I said, the people that I liked, because book 5 ends on a bit of a cliffhanger, and so you pick up book 6, but you don't get told anything about the cliffhanger because it's following a different story, and you're like, wait, what the fuck?
Oh, no, I can see how that would piss someone off.
Yeah. But
I'll
now
probably
that it's a
experience it for myself
surprise,
this year.
like, I'm really liking the character growth that we do get in this story.
Yeah.
What's like most people's favorite?
Queen of Shadows is one that a ton of people love.
Is that the yellow one? I feel like the yellow covered one is the one that.
The yellow one is the last one, so a lot of people really like it just because it's the end of the whole series. Okay. And I think it does wrap up the series really, really well. But Queen of Shadows is like the reddish one, and lots of people love that one because there's just a lot of really badass moments in that. My favorite on reread, though, so far, I mean, I haven't reread the last book yet, but a surprise favorite for me on reread is actually book 3, Air of Fire. That's my new favorite for now, or right now. But I think the most popular favorite is probably Queen of Shadows.
Is that like the 4th one or 5th?
Yeah, it's the 4th one.
I'm planning on reading the 2nd one in December. And I might end up reading the 3rd one. We'll have to see. I have to read Wrath. I have to read Malice, like the first Malazan book. Well, you do too. And I have to read, I really need to read the 2nd Wheel of Time book. So, and then I was wanting to do a certain reading vlog, which will be 3 other books, but they're not like epic. They're like fantasy romance type books, but we'll see what we'll see. We'll see what I can fit in. I think I have 30 pages.
Thank you.
Yes, she's so gorgeous.
She has her moments, don't worry.
Yeah, like I savor my like the baby moments with Noah. He's like almost 17 months old, and I still savor like when he falls on his bum in his diaper. Like it's just like little stuff like that. I'm like, oh. Or like when he's sad and like he's like, I don't know, I get to hold him like a baby still, you know.
It's funny when she breastfeeds now because now she's like on a jungle gym. Like she's full just like moving around all the time. And I said to Anthony the other day, I was like, I miss when she used to just lay there. I used to be like, oh my God, she's such a blob. Like, this is so annoying. I can't wait for her to start moving. And now she's moving. I'm like, all right, go back to blob stage, please. This is really annoying.
Oh, yeah. That happens when you're like, oh, I can't wait till they start crawling. You get nervous about when they're going to start crawling. And then it's like, oh, please stop crawling. And the same thing happens when they start walking.
She's already started getting up on hands and knees. And I'm like, no, you're only 5.5 months. You're not meant to be doing this yet. Stop. I was like, damn it, I shouldn't have done so much tummy time, but like it's also cool that you're doing it so early. But I'm like, please stop doing this.
It's a whole nother thing when you start like chasing them around and like they think it's really funny when they've stolen something and like so they run and you say no and they're like, haha, that's funny, and they just keep running. It's like a whole new thing.
See, I'm going back to work, so poor Anthony's going to be left with that stage. Oh yeah.
Now from Shadow and Bone, for example, I've only read book 1 and 2 of Throne of Glass. Love
Kale.
Wait, isn't that the okay, I'm gonna have to. He's in the first book, right?
Yeah, he's the captain of the guard.
Oh yeah. Okay. I get like the names confused in that book. I don't know why. Okay.
It's a weird way to pronounce it. Like when I was first reading it, I definitely thought it was Chow.
I would call it Chol. I would call it Chol.
Chol. Yeah,
but yeah, it's
but, I mean, Chol would be OAL, not AOL. So I don't know.
But read book 3 and book 4 and get back to me, Katie, because that's my hatred for him is book 3 and book 4.
See, I feel like my plan was to finish The Hound of Rowan, and then I was going to finish Empire of the Vampire, and then I was going to go to finish Assassin's Apprentice. But now I feel like I need to do it Assassin's Apprentice, then the other two, so then I can jump into the series in January. Actually, it's probably better if I do it in that order and finish Assassin's Apprentice near the end of December, because then I can just jump straight into the series in the first of the year and like do a book a month through 2023 or something.
I was trying to just do a really slow reread, like one book every couple of months. And then this month I've read book 3, book 4, book 5. I'm on book 6, and I'm going to immediately pick up book 7 after I'm done. So it spiraled out of control. I'm fully obsessed with Throne of Glass right now.
This year was the first time that I've ever done reread of a book that wasn't Matilda. So I reread the Twilight series for the Readathon, right? And this is the first time I've ever done like a reread, and I weirdly had like a better experience the second time than I did the first, and it's made me realize why so many people do rereads. But like I'd always been so like, oh, I've got so many other books I haven't read yet that need my attention, and like never did rereads. And now I'm like looking at all these old books that I gave 5 stars that I loved, and with this year being such a bad year of non-5 stars, I'm like, oh, I want to go back and read them, but then I'm really worried that they're not going to be 5 stars when I reread them again, and I'm going to like lose that, you know, the memory that I had with them. So I'm like nervous.
Yeah.
Hannah, when are you going to read Assassin's Apprentice? Or Assassin's Blade, sorry.
I was like, I've read that whole series.
Yeah, sorry. I meant Assassin's Blade. Too many assassin books.
So I had a subscriber who said that there was like 2 different main ways to go about reading the series, and one of the like really popular ones was to read the first 2 and then to read Assassin's Blade before book 3.
Oh, I've just done Assassin's Blade first. I didn't realize you weren't meant to do it in that order.
No. A lot of people do that. That's the
like
chronological.
That's the better way to do it, Crystal.
Okay. Cool. Because that's all everyone said to me was do Assassin's Blade and then the others.
Well, okay, I get why people say it the other way, because Assassin's Blade was published after the first 2 books.
Yeah.
But not really, because those stories were published individually before Throne of Glass, and then they were like rounded up and published as like a full-length novel but in the short story form after book 2. So like when you're reading it in publication order, that's the way to do it. But I don't know. I always recommend to do Assassin's Blade first because they're constantly referencing things that happen in Assassin's Blade. And these are super emotional things throughout the series, even in books 1 and 2. And it's just like goes over your head if you don't have the Assassin's Blade context. But if you have the Assassin's Blade context, then when you're reading books 1 and 2 and so on and so forth, like those little moments give you so much more insight of what's happening in these characters' minds at that time.
Okay.
You're like, oh my God, yeah, they're referencing this huge event that you just don't, and you don't even realize you're missing a clue because the way it's written, if you haven't read Assassin's Creed, it doesn't make you feel like you're missing out on anything. It's just, if you've read Assassin's
She just grabbed my coffee. It's not hot, it's cold. But I grabbed the coffee to get, and I scared her. She's fine. She went all my thing on all of her.
But yeah, I think the books have better emotional impact if you read Assassin's Creed as soon as possible.
Yeah, I was going to, but I then took my friend Abby because I was gonna read it for read it like Abby Salter vlog because that was one of her favorites too. But then she told me to read Throne of Glass first, and I have super similar taste to her, and I don't like short stories, so I did that. I still really like Throne of Glass. I give it 4 stars, but like I can see how certain things could obviously be more impactful. If you like know the background and everything like that.
Yeah. And it's not something that like has a right answer. Everyone's just like passionate about one way versus the other. But yeah, I always will recommend Assassin's Blade first, but there's a ton of people that do it your way too, Hannah, and end up loving the series.
I'm sure people do it all sorts of different, but I'm here now. Era of Fire is my favorite too. Blood Mode, my niece walked it 8 months. Oh my goodness. That's early. Halfway through Assassin's Blade, and then I'll be going forward, so I hope to have them done soon. I'll be going between Throne of Glass and Christmas Romances through December. That sounds like an amazing December. I wish I'd read Assassin's Blade first. Well, I don't know. I still really like it. I'm looking forward to reading Assassin's Blade.
In my opinion, there's not a wrong way to do it. There's just a better way to do it.
Oh, see, my
thing you're not wrong. You're just not right.
I think like me and Abby have super similar tastes. Like she's probably like for fantasy and fantasy romance, like certain things. So I just was figuring like I just did whatever she said because our taste is so similar. But I'm sure I'd be happy either way. I read Assassin's Blade later and loved the emotional impact it had.
Stop it.
I'm looking forward to reading it.
You're gonna love it either way. You're gonna love it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, folks, it is my bedtime tonight because I have a lot going on tomorrow. But I really appreciate everyone who's come. Make sure to subscribe to Crystal and Kaylee and Rye, who was here earlier in the sprints as well. Everyone's linked down below. And I can't even believe this is like the last sprints for the readathon. This is crazy to me that everything went so successfully and so awesome. And I'm glad everyone had so much fun. And make sure you get your points in by like the end of the week because I'm going to be calculating everything this weekend and putting it up. So yeah.
Let's go.
With all of that said, we will just see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.